Welcome into the Mesquite Arena for a special midweek adventure here in the MASL as the Milwaukee Wave are in town to face your Texas Outlaws. My name is Ryan Figger, and I'm joined by the legendary voice of the Milwaukee Wave, Tom Wynn. Tom, welcome on.
Thanks, Ryan. It's great to be here, get a chance to experience the Mesquite Rodeo Arena firsthand. I've seen, obviously, a lot of games on video, but this is actually pretty cool being right down here fieldside.
Oh, yeah, we're right next to the action, as always, here at the Mesquite Arena. Tom, two matches between these two teams this season. The Wave won here in Mesquite. The Outlaws going in, getting the upset in overtime in Milwaukee earlier this season. That means the Wave aren't going to look past Texas tonight.
No, not at all. And Milwaukee, again, impacted by some injuries and and some babies being born here the last couple of days. So we're down short some key players here tonight, but hopefully we've got enough depth to meet the challenge. And again, it is going to be challenging for the Wave battling these Outlaws who took them 7-6 in overtime a couple of weeks ago in Milwaukee.
Yeah, the out list growing for both sides. Tyler Bagley, Billy O'Dwyer, David Ortiz, some big names out for Texas. On the other side, no Andre Haynes, Cesar Correa, Breno Oliveira, Ricardo Carvalho, or Max Ferdinand. But there is a new man in town for the Wave, and that's Frank Tayu, the king, as he's known across the MASL. You told me you were taken by surprise by the big move to acquire the all-time leading scorer in the league, but what's it been like so far with the team? Obviously a great debut last week.
Yeah, great debut. Instant impact from Frank. 4 goals and an assist against Kansas City in the big win for the Wave over the Comets. It was pretty surprising to those of us, outside the inner circle of the organization. I give General Manager Dan Kinsey and Coach Juliano Oliviero a lot of credit for making the move to get Frank, and obviously had a great debut. And I think, as we've seen a lot of times in other sports as well, Ryan, when you pick up a big-name impact player, certainly by relevant local terms, Luka Doncic going to the Lakers.
You didn't have to bring it up. You didn't have to bring it up. We're only a couple minutes in, Tom.
But you can see how he has certainly energized the Lakers somewhat, and I think the same thing here with Frank. So, I think a lot of optimism regarding his acquisition, and obviously had a great debut for him.
A handshake and a hug there between Eric Macias and Frank Tayu. Both spent some time with the U.S. futsal national team. Starting group for the Outlaws: Alexis Hernandez, Davgima Famune, Steven Gonzalez, Eric Macias, Steven Chavez, and David Stankovic for head coach Ed Puskarich. And for head coach Juliano Oliveiro, William Bonahene in net, Sean Azteca, Mario Alvarez in the back line, Ian Bennett and Alex Sanchez supporting Frank Tayu, the number 51, who's set to get us underway here in just a moment.
Our officials tonight, Arturo Ibarra and Kyle Armstrong, will be blowing the whistles, and we'll see if we've got a lot of whistles here tonight. I anticipate a pretty intense physical matchup between these clubs.
My last broadcast here, they've had a home game since, but 13-11 against the Sidekicks, a lot of whistles, a lot of goals. I hope for some more of that tonight, as the Outlaws have been bouncing back and forth between a win, like they got in Milwaukee, and then a big loss to Empire, and then a win, and then a big loss to Empire, and so maybe they're due again tonight. They'll be happy not to see the Empire Strikers on the other side of the field, of course.
Well, they may be catching the Strikers when the Strikers were on the uptick, certainly. Tough loss to the Strikers last night in San Diego, but they have definitely been one of the better teams in the league here the second half of the season.
Wave coming into this one, 30 points for 6th place, and the Outlaws sitting in 11th with 8 points, 2 of those picked up in Milwaukee earlier this season. A little bit of a delay to get started here. And you can see Ian Bennett's frustrated. He's ready to go.
Ian became the second player in MASL history to eclipse the 500-point mark. Frank Tayu was the first, and Ian, with a goal and an assist in the game against Kansas City, now sits at 501 for his career.
Certainly a dynamic duo for sure. Without a doubt, the most combined goal contributions between two teammates all time in this league. And the chemistry was there from the first moment, with Frank Tayu with a big debut, Ian Bennett on the score sheet as well.
Yeah, and for as long as those guys have both been around, Frank, of course, all 11 seasons of the MASL. Ian, not only the 11 seasons of the MASL, but 7 seasons before that, so a total of 18. They had never been teammates prior to that. And, based on the game against Kansas City, they seemed like they had been playing for years together.
They were both named to the All-Star team this season before they ended up being teammates. Yep. The one Outlaws All-Star, David Ortiz, unfortunately out injured tonight. He's missed a good chunk of this season, and he is here supporting the team. Of course, he is the normal captain and a leader for this group. Steven Chavez wearing the armband today. One of a few players that have had that responsibility in the absence of Ortiz. And the record we're going to watch for as we continue to wait to get the go-ahead here is Vicmore Leagueway closing in on 100 career goals. You mentioned those big milestones for Frank and Ian Bennett. Not quite at that level, but Vicmore has been a solid player for over a decade now in the MASL, and he's closing in on the century mark, just 2 away.
He had a big goal in that Outlaws victory in Milwaukee a couple weeks back. And he's always been a presence playing up front no matter who he's been with in this league. You have to really mark him tightly in order to keep him under control.
Been bouncing around a couple of teams over the last 2 seasons with the Sidekicks, with St. Louis. Now found a home here with Ed Puskarich and the Outlaws. Still not sure on the delay. Somebody's run off to the locker room.
I see that.
We'll let you know when we know.
Alexis Hernandez getting the start tonight. Now, he did come on to play the second half of the game against the Sidekicks.
Yeah,
and
to good effect.
Perhaps getting a little more playing time now here from Ed Puskarich, but thought he looked pretty good in that in the game against the Sidekicks, and this will be the first time he'll be facing the Wave this year.
Just 21 years old, a young goalkeeper, and of course, the Outlaws on the very fringe of any potential playoff picture, so starting to get a look at guys that haven't got time and see, do they have a future with this team? And Hernandez made a good impact, helping to backstop the comeback against the Sidekicks last week. Looks like we're finally set to get underway from the Mesquite Arena as Tayu drops it back, and the action has begun. Straight into the feet of Tayu with Gonzalez defending. Stankovic there around him as well, as Frank is tripped up. And 9 seconds in, got our first foul of the game. Mario Alvarez with the restart, wearing the number 10 for Milwaukee tonight. Here's Sanchez, right-footed drive right into Gonzalez, waves away the appeals for handball as Gonzalez chips it down the field for Alvarez to retrieve. Right into the feet of Tayu, looking for the flick. And Gonzalez there with the intervention defensively for Texas. Chavez and Macias combined for a 2-man shorthanded goal against Dallas a couple weeks ago. One of the highlights around the league en route to that 13-11 win. Tom, in your 35 years, how many 2-man shorthanded goals have you seen? It was something to behold.
Maybe one. So you're not kidding, that is a rarity indeed.
And it was huge in staying the momentum, keeping the Sidekicks at bay down the stretch. Milwaukee with their first set of changes. Here's Huffman off the bench. Goes to ground. Another whistle against Gonzalez. That's 2 early ones. Gonna have to watch that. Only get 4 per half in the MASL before you head to the penalty box. Laidley and Fowler out for their first action for Texas. Moves the ball into Huffman. Michael's not called for a foul there, but Hernandez straight out of play.
Michaels did a great job marking in the back against Huffman and Ricardo Cavallo in that last matchup in Milwaukee a couple weeks ago. That was one of the keys defensively for the Outlaws.
Derek Crone in for the first time alongside him now in the back line. Michael's not a ton of games under his belt, but he is experienced in his late 30s now.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that because I was talking to Grant before the game and he said, hey, by the way, they've got my birth date listed 10 years earlier. He's really only 28 instead of 38.
Okay. I mean, the way he moves, I was like, man, this guy's in incredible shape.
Well, the whole last broadcast, Art Kramer and I were talking about what a spry 38-year-old he is.
Well, I'm right there with you, and I've been doing it all season. So thanks, Tom, for the insights. As the throws launch long, and here is Vicmore for the first time. Bouncing off the top of the boards and out of play. 2 away from the century mark, Vicmore Leagueway. We'll be watching for that tonight. He got on the score sheet in the dying second of the Dallas game to get that insurance goal and put him 2 away from the milestone. Here's Ramallo scampering up the boards. Nice switching pass all the way across for Torrealba. Torrealba inside the box now. Benahene with the save. And the follow-up just about sneaks in. It's the opening goal, and it's Derek Crone. As scrappy as you come, but the Outlaws will take it. There's the early lead.
Looked like Willie B had some traffic in front of him. Kind of stumbled down a little bit and was unable to get up and get the rebound. And boy, credit Crone for being the right spot at the right time. And That is his first goal of the year, his first point of the season, so you know he's got to be pretty excited.
Gonna look at the replay here, scramble up the boards, and it's just sort of spilled into the net by Willie B, who was caught wrong side there. He's back in goal after it was Augie Ray who played against Texas over in Milwaukee in the last matchup.
Augie started, then Willie came on.
Taiyu going close there. Sorry, Tom.
Midway through the third quarter.
There's Stankovic deep in his own zone. No foul. Shot off the crossbar area there. Hernandez not called into action. A warning shot from Taiyu moments ago. There's Alex Sanchez into the attacking half and back for Mario Alvarez. Super Mario, as you guys call him, Tom.
Absolutely.
And here's Taiyu again battling with Michaels. It's Michaels who comes away with the ball. Heritage Davies looking to make it stick for Texas. Tangling with Mario Alvarez again. And Stankovic, good strength. And here goes Heritage Davies. He's all alone in the attacking zone now. Reinforcements waiting at the back post at Steven Chavez, but this one's all the way through to Willie B. The Outlaws fighting for every inch there up the boards. And Davies will go for a change.
Alvarez, another all-star performer this year, veteran from Aurora, Illinois and Western Illinois University, former WIU Leatherneck.
A lot of local ties amongst both teams as well.
A lot of Chicago guys in Chicago connections with Milwaukee. You've got Alex Sanchez, you've got Derek Huffman, and another good area for producing players, that's for sure.
There's the Alex Steinwasser in with his brother Javi, who's got it now.
Javi, the older by 2 years of the Steinwaschers.
Poked forward for Huffman, laid off for Javi Steinwasser. Shot goes wide. Macias gonna have to deal with it. Bounces back out for Huffman. Left-footed volley. He caught all of it, but just over the bar. And that one stays in off the top of the boards. Here's Steinwasser. And turned over. Laidley puts that in front of Macias. This one's gonna stay in play. Macias fighting for it there with Ludwig. Back to Willie B. It plays out well, using the board down to his left. Steinwasser just trying to shield it in the middle third and does well to keep possession for the Wave.
So typically, Coach Oliviero likes to keep the Steinwashers together on a line if he can. There seems to be a little brother synergism there with those two.
They should have good chemistry. They've only been doing it their whole life. It makes it easier for me. That's one less name I have to remember when they're out there.
Well, we don't write it all the way out in the score sheet. It's just Javi S. and Alex S.
Into Huffman now. Matched up with Gonzalez. And that one's through to Alexis Hernandez. He's got the ball in his hands. Mida is the official game ball sponsor as the stats computer takes a spill there with the loose ball. But Mida is the official game supplier of the game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, Mida is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at Mida.com. And the computer's okay.
Yeah, Jerome, our official scorer, had to reload there quickly, but looks like he's got her back on track.
Three-man wall for the Outlaws. Huffman and Alvarez standing over the free kick from the top of the arc. Huffman on the approach, rolls it to his left through traffic. Sanchez saved by Hernandez. There's Taiyu from close range. And there's the equalizing goal from Frank Taiyu, who continues his hot start in a Wave jersey.
Great save by Hernandez initially. I don't even know how he saw it. Ryan, it was right. We had the exact line on it from our broadcast position. And just a sensational save, but unlucky for him, Taiyu right in the middle, and as Frank has done throughout his career.
I was going to say Taiyu and Bennett, both there on the doorstep right where they've made their living. It was going to be one or the other. Two of the all-time top scorers in this league. The two all-time top scorers in this league. So 1-1 as Romalo, nice move past two. Here's Romalo from the left side, shot saved by Benahene outside of his area, and it's stabbed home by Stankovic. What a response from the Outlaws.
Only 13 seconds after the game-time goal by Frank Taiyu, the Outlaws come right back to get it at 5:07. And David Stankovic, who has got to be one of the contenders for Rookie of the Year, he has just been tremendous for the Outlaws this year. He gets his 15th goal of the season. He's the leading scorer for the Outlaws with 18 points. That's right after Frank Taiyu registered his 22nd of the year at 454, his 5th in just 2 games for the Wave.
Barely gave you time to write it down, Tom.
Barely. This is starting to look like that last game against the Sidekicks here so far. We're going to fill up the sheet pretty quickly.
We don't mind it here in the broadcast booth. As Bennett goes long into Tayu, matched up with Gonzalez. Tayu, 3 defenders around him. Wants the foul, not given. And now numbers even going the other way. Torrealba, options right and left. Torrealba through for Crone. And Crone tracks it down off the boards. Headed back towards Willie B. Won't find him. Here's Crone with the header. That was inventive from the number 3. Here's Torrealba with the left-footed shot. And the chaos is reigning here in Mesquite, Texas. Crone takes it off of Davies' foot, his teammate. And Torrealba chases Bennett into the corner. Torrealba restores possession in the attacking zone, and Laidley finally says, we need to get some possession here. What a sequence.
It is frantic, to say the least, so far.
Aligwe out off the bench, hoping he can flourish in this chaos. As Bennett is going to get a foot on the ball for Milwaukee.
Taylor Pill is a veteran, actually his 4th season out of Watertown, Wisconsin, but he has only played in 5 previous games. Has logged a lot of games, though, in M2 with the Muskegon Risers.
Relying on that experience, calling him up today with a bunch of absentees on both sides, but particularly for Milwaukee.
Tony Walls, who had just come off the injured list due to a hamstring injury, got hurt again in training after last week's game. He had actually scored a big goal against Kansas City. But Tony, literally, right before the team took off to fly down here yesterday, so Taylor really was a last-second call-up.
See if he can make an impact tonight as Deverin called for a foul, his first of the game against Alex Steinwasser right on the halfway line. Approaching halfway mark here in this first quarter. Outlaws in control for the majority of it, at least on the scoreboard. A lot of possession going the way of Milwaukee. Here's Steinwasser on the yellow line. Poked into the corner, Huffman alert to it, gets there first. Gonzalez with the block. Here's Ludwig. Romalo defending. Ludwig around the boards, spilled by Hernandez, cleared away by Famune. Getting his first start, I believe, for Ed Piskarich. And he's beaten there by Alvarez. Alvarez, sweet feet into the middle, finds Steinwasser. And the shot on target, but harmless there right at Hernandez. Ball launched long into the feet of Laidley. First touch gets away from him there. And here's Steinwasser for Milwaukee. Opts just to keep possession. Back into the defensive zone. Both teams will make a couple of changes.
Max Ludwig, a 27-year-old rookie out of UW Parkside. Number 23. Born in Germany, but again, played his college ball at UW Parkside, which is about maybe 20 miles south from Milwaukee, in the border between Kenosha and Racine.
Here he is on the ball, receiving it from Huffman. Now switched over for Sanchez. Sanchez stabbed into the middle and cleared away. That was intended for Nunez. Morrison going to walk it back and try and survey, see if he can find some space. The Outlaws with the lead, defending well here. 6:39 to play in the first quarter. There's another ball forward into the corner. Salvador Nunez up against Famune. Dropped out for Kudus Laval.
First game Kudus has played since January 18th against Tacoma, which some of the fans might remember, the little post-game skirmish between the clubs.
There's Nunez drawing a foul from Laidley. Yeah, I think skirmish is putting a little light. It got heated, didn't it?
That was a bit of an encounter for sure. Kudus actually had sprained his ankle in that game, and that knocked him out of the lineup for a while, so he's finally just getting back since that time.
Free kick from the left side for the Wave. Mario Alvarez, 8 goals, 6 assists on the season for him. He's got Huffman to the left, options in the middle as well. Rolls it to Huffman, into the middle, off of Famune. Follow-up effort from Huffman's into the crowd. And that will take us into our media timeout. And before that, we're going to let you know that MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. You can head to MASLsoccer.com. So we'll step aside for a quick moment here with the Outlaws in front, 2-1, 5:40 to go here in the first. 5:40 to go here in the first quarter from Mesquite, Texas, and it's the Texas Outlaws on top 2-1. Fireworks in the early action. Picking up from where I left off, I missed the last home game, but the 13-11 win over the Sidekicks was very much like this back and forth.
Yes, I would say a pretty frenetic pace to start here tonight, Ryan. Only one of the 3 goals has been assisted so far. That was the latest goal by Stankovic, his 15th of the year. White Fowler got the assist, his second helper of the season.
Well, the Wave are on a quick turnaround up to St. Louis on Sunday. I'm sure they'll be relying on Green Drop, which offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks that truly provides long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Green Drop's recovery products are uniquely suited to help our athletes battling aching joints and muscles. Learn more, try yourself by visiting greendropcompression.com. Here's Ian Bennett with the shot blocked by Gonzalez.
Nice block by Gonzalez, stepping up on that potential chance from Bennett.
And now Sanchez on the charge up the left. Outlaws captain tonight is Chavez. He's defending as a Wave player goes down, holding the shoulder, but he's back up now.
I'll tell you, standing down here, Ryan, you get a sense, really, of the physical intensity of this game.
Especially tonight, I feel like there's been a lot of contests up the boards, fighting for every loose ball, every inch of turf. Grable over to Sanchez. Down the boards for Tayu, tangled up in his feet. Famune gets a foot to it, maybe a chance on the counter now, going the other way. Macias dinked ball in towards Stankovic at the back post. Stankovic goes down, and he's got a foul from Salvador Nunez. Maybe a little soft, I don't know. They'll take it.
They haven't been calling it too closely so far, though.
Despite the physicality we talked about. Looks like Macias and Chavez at the controls here. Stankovic loitering around Willie B. Macias 2-man wall, fired into actually a 3-man wall. And blocked away. Famune restores possession for the Outlaws. Nice ball into the corner for Stankovic. It's been a real thorn in the side for Milwaukee this year. He got the OT winner at Panther Arena.
Yeah, he's a good-looking player. If he sticks with the indoor game, I think he's going to be a big-time player in this league.
Chavez in the corner. 5 assists in one game against the Sidekicks a week ago. Chance maybe on the counter now for the Wave. Going the other way. Azqueta, with the shot from the right side. Hernandez covers it up.
So the reason why he's nicknamed the Squid is sometimes when you pronounce his name, it comes out Azqueta.
As I just learned, it's not always easy as it looks.
He's a Milwaukee area native from Whitefish Bay and played his college ball at UW Milwaukee.
Been a mainstay this year. This is 17th appearance for him. Hill switched over to Mario Alvarez. Oligwe just waiting on the halfway line. The Outlaws content to sit in their shape right now with the 2-1 lead. Here's Tayu holding off Gonzalez. Gonzalez able to cut it out, looking for the backheel pass, and puts it out in front of Oligwe. Foot race between he and Mario Alvarez. Again, tangled between the feet. Nice backheel. Here's Wyatt Fowler, all alone in the attack. His shot blocked.
Good block by Troy Morrison there. That was looking a little dicey there for the Wave.
Turnover on the back heel from Tayu, and Oligwe said, let me show you how to do it. Went off the boards, nice pass.
One of the reasons why, Ryan, that I think the Outlaws are a tough matchup for the Wave is that Outlaws got pretty good team speed. And I'm not saying Milwaukee is a slow team, but the Outlaws put a lot of pressure on you with their overall team speed. And when they're in transition during the counterattacks, they can make life difficult for the Wave.
Sanchez turning it over, maybe another chance on the counter. Laidley, one of those with speed, wins the free kick inside the center circle. I think it's, obviously there's been some tough matchups for the likes of Empire this season and Chihuahua, who give everyone trouble in this league. But to your point, I think when teams like to have a lot of the ball but don't do as much with it in terms of being incisive, that's when the Outlaws really start to profit on the counterattack.
What they may lack in experience, they certainly make up for with some pretty good speed and physicality as well.
And learning the game, the indoor game, coming together as a team as the season's gone on with so many rookies. Looking for a third goal here. That one's into the feet of Michaels, but he couldn't keep it. Breaks for Deverin, matched up with Ian Bennett. Deverin comes away with it. Laidley back to Ramallo. Michaels settles a bouncing ball and heads back to Alexis Hernandez. Past the yellow line, goes long, and the whistle goes against the Wave for what looked like some shirt pulling there against Torrealba.
Could have gone either way. Stuart Grable was the call for the foul. That's his first.
Famune out off the bench to take the free kick short. Romalo tried to lift it past Steinwasser, who took possession. Ian Bennett alongside him on this counterattack. Here's Steinwasser with Famune now defending. Steinwasser goes down. Foul whistled against Gonzalez, and that's his third now.
Ed Piskarich now going to have to decide how long he can stick with Steven Gonzalez because he's one of the key defenders. Certainly he doesn't want him to draw another foul and put the Wave on the power play.
Gonzalez was given a 4-foul blue card in that game against the Sidekicks. First one this season against the Outlaws. Here's Huffman through traffic.
Great save by Hernandez.
Bending that one around the wall. Hernandez able to stonewall it.
And again, down here on the shots going to our left, Ryan, where we really got the angle on him, you can tell how challenging it is on some of these saves that Hernandez has had to make so far.
Tayu loses out to Michael Bennett, though, picking the pocket of Famune. Nobody with any real established possession. Here's Tayu, tripped up by Davies. Another free kick for the Wave in an attacking area.
One of the great names in professional soccer, Heritage Davies, or Harry as they call him.
The third as well, Heritage Davies the third. That sounds something out of the Revolutionary War time period or something.
that is a great name.
He's going to be amongst the Outlaws players defending this free kick here. Alvarez, pretty central position just inside the yellow line. Huffman, the option to his left. Sanchez to the right. Slow approach for Alvarez, fakes left, goes right. Sanchez into the corner for Tayu. Tayu left-footed shot. Comfortable there for Hernandez. And he comes up throwing, finds Chavez right on the halfway line. Chavez now drives forward. He's got numbers in the attack. Good defending that time from Milwaukee. Recovered by Davies. A little bit of a loose ball. Krohn's going to have to clean this up under pressure from Tayu. And he does well. Here's Famune now into the attacking half. Loses out to Steinwasser. Steinwasser up ahead all alone, but Famune able to prevent the pass Tayu was looking for him.
Outlaws looking to get the fast break going. Anytime the goalkeeper Hernandez comes up with it, they are running down the field as quickly as possible.
We mentioned while we were waiting for the game to start on that little bit of a delay, Hernandez in for his 4th appearance of the season. I think that's one of his strengths, one of the reasons they're giving him this opportunity from the start.
Not a big guy, but pretty good arm, pretty good quickness back there.
And for Jesus Rivera, who's played a majority of the games over the last 2 seasons.
And I thought Jesus actually played probably his best game of the year in Milwaukee in that game against Wave.
And he had to. I mean, that wasn't a game really where Milwaukee were quiet in the attack. It was just the goalkeeper sometimes can be that good. Chavez going to dribble away from pressure here.
He was probably the defensive player of the game for the Sidekicks. He and Grant Michaels were really the two cogs, and Steven Gonzalez, of course. And Gonzalez also came up with a great assist.
Stankovic with eyes on this one as it's into the corner. Will he be defending?
One of the key guys, and I believe you mentioned this, Ryan, at the outset, not having Tyler Bagley here tonight, not easy to replace for the Outlaws.
No Ortiz, no Bagley, no problem so far for the Outlaws. 2-1 they lead as we head into the first quarter break. We'll be back in just a moment for second quarter action here on MASL TV. Two-1 Outlaws as we're about to open the second quarter here from the Mesquite Arena. Ryan Figert joined by Tom Wynn on the call tonight, legendary Milwaukee Wave broadcaster. And Tom, what'd you make of the first quarter action? I mean, you mentioned to me it's been a feisty one. It's been a bit of a scrap.
Yeah, again, high-paced, high-intensity, and shots on goal the first period. Wave had 11, Outlaws 7. So I think that gives you an indication of the volume of offensive opportunities being produced. Both goalkeepers doing well, especially Hernandez for the Outlaws. But again, I think Milwaukee is really going to have their hands full tonight. The sidekicks really pressing the pace, and the Wave is going to have to do everything they can to try to keep up with them here.
And talk to the viewers about the stakes really for Milwaukee. Coming into this one in 6th place, 30 points, kind of right in that middle group of teams. What's on the line? What are they pushing for as we head towards the playoff season?
Well, obviously I think they'd like to get in the within the top 4. That would be kind of a tough order. Would really have to go on a roll here in the final 7 games of the season, including this one. But my broadcasting colleague, Art Kramer, makes a good point. It's the top 8 who go to San Diego for the playoffs. And really, in a one-game situation, pretty much anything can happen. So I don't know that positioning is as critical, seeding is as critical as it would be in the past, where you would get home field advantage for the first round or each round. But yeah, obviously you want to try to finish as high as you can to maybe get a lower-seeded opponent in the first round.
Absolutely. I'm sure that'll be the topic of an MASL Monday here soon. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and the CBS Sports Golasso Network. Alex Bastivansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Will they be talking about another Texas Outlaws upset, or will it be order restored for the Wave in this matchup, which has actually historically gone the way of the Outlaws, you told me before the game?
That was the second foul of the half on Stuart Grable. I believe he's the only one with multiple fouls so far for Milwaukee. Of course, Steven Gonzalez already sitting on 3 for the Outlaws.
Perhaps why he's not out there right now early in the second quarter. Crone, who got his first MASL goal in the first quarter here defending against Steinwasser. Back out to Troy Morrison. I was mentioning the all-time series between these two teams. 3-2 in favor of the Outlaws. It's just the 6th all-time meeting. Crone there skipping in front of Tayu. No foul. Here's Tayu on the turn and looking for the back post. And nothing for Hernandez to do about it as it ends up off the boards. Macias out to Deverin, unmarked on the halfway line. Gonna opt for some comfortable possession along the back line here. Deverin back over to Crone. Aligwe wants it down the boards, holding off his defender. Good work there from Esqueda. Tayu trying to connect with Steinwasser. Here's Steinwasser. Ball ahead to Tayu, out into space. Hernandez out defending. Gonna have to deal with it underneath his feet. Does well to find Macias.
Well done by Hernandez.
And here's Chavez. Hand on his shoulder there, holding him back.
He was looking right at Arturo Arpira saying, come on, Arturo.
A little surprised not to see a tug called there. We've seen blue cards given for less, I think. As they were running right towards us. Here's from the yellow line, a chance for Ludwig into the corner, and a shot in the goal, as my partner tonight would say, for Taylor Pill.
Taylor Pill. He doesn't play all that much. This is his 6th career game, but he's got 5 goals to his credit. So when he's called upon by Giuliano Oliviero, he usually comes through.
And the additions of Tayu, of course, alongside Bennett, but it's Taylor Pill. He's got a strike rate right up there with him, just about a goal a game, and a much shorter MASL career. He's got the equalizer here in Mesquite tonight.
Max Ludwig with the assist. That's the 2nd for the rookie out of UW Parkside.
And took under 10 seconds for the Outlaws to respond last time. Here's Fowler in behind, looking to do the same as he lifts it over Willie B. And looked like a design play from the kickoff there. Nearly came off for Texas.
Wow, that was a great chance there. Great try by Fowler. That would have been one of the goals of the season had he converted there.
We can get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on X/Twitter, whatever you're calling it these days. Mario Alvarez, Wave with the latest goal here. Looking to build some momentum. Comfortable win for them earlier this season, January 11th. 14-5 was the final score here at the Mesquite Arena.
So Wyatt Fowler growing up in Olathe, Kansas, or that's where he's from originally. That's not too far from the home of the Kansas City Comets up there. So I wonder if he ever had a chance to see the Comets play, or
I know he spent some time with St. Louis, actually, before making his way down.
Okay, so maybe he's a little ambush in his DNA there. But he's done well. I've been impressed with him since he's joined the Outlaws.
Yeah, he's coming along nicely as the season's gone on, growing into some more minutes. Thought about a shot there. Mario Alvarez from the yellow line. Paced up with Laidley. Cross to Ian Bennett, IB 26, wearing the armband and the matching pink shoes tonight. Into his new running mate, Frank Tayu. Frank against Michaels. Michaels got a hold of his trademark gloves there. As they continue the tangle, another back heel attempted, defended well by Michaels, who's gotten the better of Tayu for the most part. We play on here, 2v2 break going the other way. Laidley with Fowler for company. Laidley, right-footed shot into the bottom corner as we seesaw back in front. Outlaws goal.
Great shot by Laidley, well taken on that strike. And Joanne has got the Outlaws on top once again, so we continue to seesaw back and forth here in Mesquite.
Second goal on the season for Laidley, 13th of his MASL career, and that's a heck of a finish from a decent distance there, beating Willie B to the bottom right side of his goal. And Fowler was there just in case it was wide as well. Great break there executed by Ed Puskarich's side. 5 goals so far and just over a quarter of action. I think we're going to see a few more tonight.
I would bet on it. I would definitely bet on it.
Huffman, he'll have eyes on the score sheet himself at some point. Laid this one back. Steinwasser, the shot through traffic. His brother Javi trying to retrieve the rebound in the corner. Another scrap for possession there, and it's the Outlaws who come away with it. Torrealba can lead the break. Davies to his right, Stankovic to his left. Here's Davies now in the attacking zone, but he just got under it. Another big opportunity on the break. This time the Outlaws can't take advantage.
That was a big break for the Wave. Ball might have just hopped up a little bit on Davies as he took that shot. But once again, the counterattack from the Outlaws really putting pressure on the Wave.
Just the 1 goal on the season for Heritage Davies, who does a lot for the team in terms of that speed on the counterattack, but maybe the finishing touch hasn't always been there this season for him. A lot of young players, a lot of rookies to the indoor game for Texas. He's amongst them. Ball ahead for perhaps the most experienced player in the game, in Frank Tayu. Spent some time in Texas, but in the outdoor game with San Antonio FC.
Right. He's got some familiarity with Texas.
Here's Crone, already a goal tonight. Leading the counterattack here. Leagueway to his left. Crone onto his right foot. Tried to roll it towards the Leagueway. And despite the goal area in this game, Derek Crone is a defender and maybe got a nosebleed there that high up the field. Here's Tayu. The effort towards goal, left-footed shot. Sorry, that was Laval.
Kuda's still looking for his first goal of the season. This is his 8th game.
Oh, a shot from distance. Looking for a golazo there was Alex Sanchez, and a big save from Hernandez on the follow-up.
And he may have taken one there right near his head. Hopefully he's going to be okay as Aligwe helps him up. I'll tell you, Nunez hit that one right on the nose.
You can see Hernandez still trying to shake it off, as he's going to have to get ready to defend a corner kick here. Tayu and Bennett waiting in dangerous positions. Just around the edge of the arc. Into the middle for Huffman. Huffman gets a first touch to it, but Deverin gets the header clear. And now Chavez ahead with the Leagueway, the willing runner. Good positioning that time from Alex Sanchez when what could have been another devastating break for Texas. Here's Ian Bennett now into the attack, finds Tayu, tried to get it back towards him, and maybe should have looked to goal instead. Chavez showing some good cardio here up and down the floor. And I think in response to that says, hey guys, let's hold this up. Let's keep possession. Can't be doing wind sprints all night, as Michaels is going to draw the first card of the night. And to be honest, this one he kind of had to take there, as he was been dispossessed by Tayu, and he's one of the last men back. He's headed to the box.
It'll be interesting to see. I don't think he was the last defender back, so I don't think we're looking at a shootout situation here. But, yeah, discretion was the better part of valor there after Frank had taken it away from him. So Milwaukee goes on the power play for the first time tonight. Wave has had a decent power play this year. They were number 3 in the league as of the past weekend. And this would be a big spot right here. See if they can manufacture the tying goal.
28% on the penalty kill for the Outlaws. 10 penalties killed out of 28. Of course, all the stats accumulated really without Frank Tayu in your power play unit. Not a bad name to add. Here's Alvarez with the drive towards the back post where Bennett was lurking. And here's Bennett again from the corner. Didn't quite catch all of that one. Hernandez going to put it out in front of Chavez to chase. Nice weight from the goalkeeper. Chavez goes for the full volley attempt and just wide of goal.
Good shorthand bid there by Steven Chavez. Milwaukee really missing one of their key men on the power play. That would be Max Ferdinand, who's out with that hamstring injury. Max, not only a great playmaker, but he's one of the league leaders in power play goals with 3 so far this year.
Alvarez, the one at the controls here, into the feet of Tayu. Back out to Alvarez on the yellow line. Almost a minute into this power play. Here's Tayu out in front, and Hernandez with another big save.
Alexis has been up to the task so far.
Not sure how much he knew about that one, but he made himself big, sprawling across the goal. And it'll be a Milwaukee corner with 1:10 remaining on the man advantage. Alvarez, an extra pass there to Steinwasser, and that one again saved, I think, by Hernandez. Definitely ended wide, whether it got a touch or not. Alvarez switches it across to Steinwasser. And here's Bennett in the corner where he's made his living over his MASL career.
That's his office down there.
Ball fired across. Steinwasser, Bennett from the corner. Shot blocked by Gonzalez, who's back out there. First time we've seen him, I think, in the second. Sitting on 3 fouls.
Yep. Now, Lenny Piscarich got him back out there for the penalty kill, and now Outlaws with the possession can use up some more time here. Well, a little bit more time.
Not as much as they would have liked, as Gonzalez puts it straight into the arms of Willie B. Only 5 extra seconds or so killed by that one, as now Alvarez brings it forward. 30 seconds to go with Grant Michaels in the box. Sliding block from Deverin, and you see what that one meant to him.
Great block that time by Max.
Up and out of play. Another corner kick coming for the Wave. And looks like we will head into a quick timeout. Our media timeout, as we're under 8 minutes to go. Got caught up in the power play timer. Forgot about the real timer. Outlaw still in front now. It's 3-2, and we'll head into a quick break. Back with the rest of this power play for the Wave on the other side of this break.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASL iFootball, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASL iFootball to sign up, get started, and play.
Across the nation, MASL players are giving back, utilizing their professional power to touch and inspire people in their local communities nationwide. Free soccer clinics, where kids can meet their heroes and learn new skills. After-school programs and special events. And surprise visits to the classroom. Visiting brave kids in the hospital, bringing joy and hope. Supporting special needs care, partnering with local businesses, and so much more. MASL, passion on the field, purpose off the field, committed to community.
Three-two Outlaws with 26 seconds to navigate remaining on the power play for the Wave. We'll see what the coaches drew up here. Giuliano Olivero, one of the most experienced men in the indoor game across North America, both as a player and a coach. He's got a few plays in his bag, Tom. We'll see what he's got here.
They could use one.
Alvarez, Tayu loitering in the middle. Out to Sanchez. Hernandez got a hand to it through traffic again.
Boy, Alexis is in the zone so far tonight. He's going to be tough to deal with.
Michael's up on his feet, ready to go in. 22 seconds till he can. Of course, it's only 2 minutes of game time. It's been about 5 minutes of true time here for Michaels to wait. Another corner kick, this time from the far side. Step back for Taiyu. Left-footed shot, didn't really catch much of it. And Deverin can clear the lines. Will he be out off his line? Get things back going the other way. Steinwasser into Taiyu in the corner. Step back for Mario Alvarez. Shot through traffic, bottom corner. And just in the final 10 seconds of the power play, the Wave strike.
Super Mario able to roll one in. And for Mario Alvarez, that will be his 9th of the season, coming at 7:28 on the power play.
That's a real blow for the Outlaws, who just about killed the penalty. 8 seconds remaining before Michaels got back out of the box. That's kind of worst case scenario, because you just wore your legs down for almost 2 minutes and you give up the goal nonetheless. Now we're back even 3-3. Derek Crone into number 33, Wyatt Fowler, who draws the foul.
I have to double check on the assist. I thought it might have been Frank Taiyu that Grable picked up the foul, so that's number 3 on him. So he's going to have to be careful now in the last 7:25 here of the first half.
Romalo calling for an ISO here, and he beats his man into the corner now. Romalo pokes it under Willie B, who was out of his box but didn't use his hands. Expertly navigating that situation as Crone heads it back towards Hernandez, who can use his hands as he's back in the box.
Well done that time by Crone.
Famune with players all around him there, able to find the ball ahead towards Laidley. Matched up with Esqueda. Laidley holding him off there with a nice stiff arm. And it goes all the way back to Hernandez. Hernandez launches it forwards, just off the mark. Turning it over to the Wave, ahead for Huffman now. Chance to get the shot away off the boards. Huffman now back to goal. Holds up, leaves it for a shot from Taylor Pill. Already on the score sheet tonight. And this one out in front for Pill again.
Slava Nunez setting him up with that one. Taylor Pill with a multiple goal game in his first outing of the year for the Wave.
And for the first time tonight, the Wave out in front now 4-3. We can subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more. That's where you're watching it right here on MASL TV, where we will be heading into another timeout. Ed Puskarich want to talk this one over with his guys, so we'll be right back in just a moment. .43 Wave is your score. 6:30 to go here in the first half at the Mesquite Arena. The Outlaws have been lethal on the counter, but the Wave dominance starting to come through as the half is worn on. We'll resume play here with a kickoff, as the latest action was that Taylor Pill goal, his 2nd of the night, 5th of the season. Back underway as Crone launches it long. Won't quite arrive for Willie B, so there's a chase on in the corner. Davies held up, finds Torrealba. Torrealba through traffic ties the game.
And here we go again. 8:39 the time of the goal, 9 seconds after Milwaukee had taken its first lead of the game.
7 goal contributions in now 7 games in the MASL for Daniel Torrealba. The Venezuelan has been a revelation here in the second half of the season.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good start to his indoor career here.
A nice celebration game on him as well. Love to see what he brings every time the ball hits the net.
Davies will get credit for the assist, I believe. and that will be his 3rd assist and 4th point of the season.
And right at the other end, Ludwig with a shot saved by Hernandez. And with this being the only game in the MASL tonight, I know we've got a lot of folks around the league tuning in, and they've got a good one on their hands. A lot of goals so far in the first half, a lot still to come. Here's Chavez into the attacking zone. Chavez tries to chop past his defender, and it's all the way through to Willie B. Wasn't sure if he could use his hands, so he plays out. Michaels tangling with Tayu, but now a counter going the other way. Numbers up for the Wave. Ball out across for Morrison, but Hernandez off his line, able to make the crucial intervention.
Yeah, good read there by Alexis. Looked like Troy Morrison was going in for the breakaway.
Steinwasser cycling this one through to Troy Morrison, who was on the score sheet. And the Outlaws were up in Milwaukee earlier this season. Javi Steinwasser just a foot on the ball here. Surveys, sees what he sees as Huffman is off the bench and replacing Tayu. Ball ahead into Huffman in the corner, one of the best target forwards holding the ball up league-wide. Ludwig back all the way to Esqueda. Here's Sanchez, right-footed shot, saved by Hernandez at the near post. And now Stankovic, who scored in the first quarter, looks to get out and running. Here's Fowler, intercepts a loose pass. Fowler wants a foul, not given.
Kyle Armstrong right on the play, immediately waved it off.
Alvarez ahead for Sanchez. Lawal in the corner. Kudus back to Alvarez. Alvarez from the halfway line into Kudus in the corner. Michaels really showing that physicality that's been impressive early in this game. Now he's got to shield it again with 2 Wave players on him. And it's Kudus who comes away with it, sets it back for Alvarez from the yellow line. Ball off the near side boards, but Fowler well placed defensively. And now Oligwe can get out and run. Oligwe, not many Outlaws players alongside him in the attack, and he'll just check back for possession here. Experience of Vicmore Oligwe.
Vicmore's tough guy to dispossess when he's got a good size, and he's pretty crafty.
Alvarez right up here near our broadcast position, just gets that one back.
I thought Mario was going to jump right on our table there.
Chest it over to you. You got a good touch, ready?
I don't know about that.
Sporting a very nice retro Nike sweatshirt on the blue and green days of the Wave.
Yeah, that's
not quite in the new team colors.
No, not at all. This is from the classic line.
But I'm sure ready to suit up if he got the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that.
Here's Sanchez across the yellow line.
I'll tell you, when you look at the way these guys are banging each other around down here, I'm pretty happy to be on this side of the wall.
Right there with you. Here's Torrealba at the yellow line. Tries to get past Alvarez. No way past him. Now 3v2 going the other way. Famune, important intervention there as Tayu just underhit the pass. Now Torrealba switches field, finds Macias. 4 in the attack for Texas. Back to Torrealba. Big save from Willie B on the doorstep, lately denied as Willie B got to his feet quickly to make that second save.
That might be Willie's best save of the night. And again, great reaction on the rebound too, because the Outlaws had a great chance to score there.
And this game is just back and forth. And there's one thing that we've seen from this Texas team is they are fit and they can carry this energy across 60 minutes when the game is close. Here's Tayu. Tries a surprise shot up the boards. Covered up second opportunity there by Hernandez. And Hernandez launches it long, evading the rather large scoreboard here at the Mesquite Arena. And Stankovic can't keep it in play.
That's really one of the major challenges for the goalkeepers in this building, is having to distribute the ball around this video board.
Makes a great replay monitor for us, but maybe
no doubt
more
about
of a
that.
barrier for them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Ludwig into Steinwasser to get play going here. 4-4 as we approach 2 minutes to play in the first half. Both teams have held the lead at some point. We've been seesawing back and forth. Tayu, goal and an assist tonight to continue what was a very impressive debut in Milwaukee colors. 5 points in his first game. Into the attacking zone now. Alex Steinwasser shot off the boards. May break back for him. He wants a foul, nothing given. Alex Steinwasser stayed down.
Looks like he might have taken one up near the forehead, near the eye. Hopefully he's okay. We got a challenge flag thrown by Giuliano Oliviero.
Tayu, who was right on the scene, looked over to his new head coach and said, yeah, go ahead and throw the flag. And we will have a video review as Steinwasser now helped to his feet, but still holding his face. We'll see. Looking for a blue card here, obviously for a dangerous play.
A lot of traffic in there, so didn't see exactly what happened to him there.
Get a look at it in just a moment here. Wave on a 2-game road trip. They'll be at St. Louis on Sunday. 3:05 Eastern kickoff from the Family Arena for that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough matchup for the Wave. Only one game so far between the Wave and the Ambush, and we've got 3 remaining with 2 of those down in St. Louis.
And that's got some extra juice to it now with Frank Tayu wearing the Wave jersey.
No question about it. I'm sure the fans will be out in force for Sunday's game. Ambush winners of the last couple, so they're clearly not out of the playoff race. And I got a feeling it's going to come down probably that last week of the season to figure out who's going to get one of those final spots. Again, the top 8 will go to San Diego to Front Wave Arena. Speaking of Front Wave Arena, Ryan, no doubt you've seen it on video. What do you think?
It looks beautiful. I mean, the brand new turf, it looks like a great playing surface. Obviously, the crowd there right on top of the field, it definitely packs it in and creates a good atmosphere. So it'll be a great host for the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. We do have a blue card here, yet to see who is on the receiving end. Looks like Romalo's headed to the box. So power play coming from Milwaukee, second of the night. They did make the most of their first opportunity. The blue card brought to you by Activate Canopy, reminding you that you can't do that. Lucas Romalo.
So Lucas going to the box at 13-21. And again, another important special team situation for both sides here with a tie game.
And just like last time, Gonzalez immediately up and as one of the pillars of this team. Despite the 3 fouls he's sitting on right now, they're going to risk it here. Roll the dice as we're in the final 2 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, if he gets another foul, that would be another blue card, and then Milwaukee would have a 2-man advantage.
Which is right where the Outlaws want their opponents, apparently, if we watched a couple of games ago.
That's right. Got that short-hander with 2 guys down.
They'll have to defend the free kick first here, just the 1-man down. Huffman standing over it. I think he's got eyes on a shot. Derek Huffman steps over it. Alvarez on the approach, rolled over to the left, saved by Hernandez with the feet. Probably been the best player for either side in this first half, Alexis Hernandez.
Yeah, I would agree. He's the man of the match so far. He's going to look forward to a little rest here at halftime.
Minute 26 to go in the half. Just a little bit more than that remaining in the power play. It could carry over into the second half if the Outlaws can hold strong here. Sanchez into Tayu inside the arc. Alvarez pulled that one to the left. Stabbed back into the zone, and Hernandez falls on it. And Chavez out and running, stabbed towards Gonzalez, who thought about sticking his leg out and then thought better of it. Minute to go in the half. Alvarez brings it forward. Could be some real momentum here for Texas if they can kill this power play and head even into the break. Here's Tayu. He's got other ideas. Set back to Alvarez. Steinwasser in the corner. Set back for Mario Alvarez. Cut across for Sanchez. Looking for Bennett, who's hardly had a touch tonight, really. He can be lethal with a few touches, though, in an entire game. Here's Alvarez, shot wide to the near post. 26 seconds to play. Steinwasser, that one across off the near side boards, bounces through for Sanchez. Can't say they're not generating opportunities, the Wave. Steinwasser again in the near side corner. Back out to Alvarez. 9 seconds remaining in the half. Over to Sanchez. Needs to get a shot away. Set back for Mario. Stabbed into the corner for Tayu. Michaels gets a foot to it, and that'll do it here in the first half. So the penalty not quite killed, but just about there with 21 seconds to remaining. And the power play will finish that out on the other side of the half. But Tom, talk me through your first half thoughts, 4-4 heading into the break.
Well, first of all, great job of killing the penalty up to this point. Again, even if Milwaukee gets a possession to start the third period, they're going to really have to scramble to try to produce goals. So huge penalty kill, or almost penalty kill, by the Outlaws. Coming into this game, Ryan, there's no question. Knew it was going to be a challenging matchup for the Wave, especially with a lot of key players out. As you pointed out, the Outlaws have their share of guys who are hurt and unable to play too. So, relatively even in that regard. But the speed and youthful legs of the Outlaws is going to be a major challenge for the Wave. And like we saw the last time they played Milwaukee a couple weeks ago, Outlaws have given the Wave everything they can handle so far.
Yeah, just about even in terms of absentees. Dead even on the scoreboard. 4-4 heading into the halftime break. We'll be back in just about 15 minutes for second half action here on MASL TV.
Shoot! He scores!
MASL in 5, back once again. What's going on, folks? I'm Alex Bastivansky. It is great to see you again. We got lots to get you caught up on from stuff that's gone down over the past few days. And we've got to preview what's coming up this weekend in just 5 minutes. So let's go.
I think it was just a bench warning, Tom. It looked like on Coach Stokic.
Tayo turning, shot the goal! All hail the king. He's got his first as a member of the Wave.
Frank Tayo made his debut with the Milwaukee Wave last weekend, and I'd say he made a pretty good impression, to put it mildly. The league's all-time points leader was unstoppable, racking up 4 goals, plus a helper as Milwaukee smoked Kansas City 13-3. Now, we wondered what the chemistry between him and Ian Bennett would be like. Frighteningly good, as it turns out. Beautiful assist by Bennett to Frank right there. They will be a terrifying duo. And it was a milestone day for IB26 as well. The MASL legend had 2 points, taking him over the 500 mark for his career. Congratulations to the Canadian assassin. The Wave snapped KC's 8-game winning streak in the process. Let's check in on the playoff race. St. Louis is suddenly surging. They face Dallas, a team they're fighting for 8th spot, and absolutely teed off on them, winning 9-2. That marks the biggest margin of victory for St. Louis so far this season. They also faced Utica City, and once again, the ambush was flexing its offensive muscle. It was Star Wars night in St. Louis, and the force was definitely with them.
Everything else is going to change.
Oh,
Frank.
Chili on a take. Chili Willie!
They racked up 9 goals in this contest as well, holding off UCFC 9-8. And the team they are chasing for 8th spot missed a golden opportunity to pad its lead. Tacoma was hosting San Diego and just couldn't quite pull it off, losing to the Sockers 8-5. So they sat in 8th spot, but the ambush entered this weekend with a game in hand, so they've got time to make up that difference. There are lots of great games happening this weekend. Two huge ones include the top 3 teams in the league. Both involve KC. The Comets traveled to Chihuahua on Friday to face the first place Savage, who they beat 5-2 back on January 25th. 2 days later, they'll be back at home against second place San Diego. They've had 2 great games this season, those squads, with each team winning 1. Okay, your Green Drop Players of the Week: Boris Pardo in goal from San Diego, Omar Silla from Baltimore defensively, and offensively it is, yes, the King, Frank Taillou. Let's start with King Frank making his Milwaukee debut. Couldn't have gone much better. Absolutely dominant. 5 points in that massive win over the KC Comets. Defensively, Omar Silla, what a game he had against Harrisburg. Great on defense and offensively as well. 4 points, 3 goals, 1 assist in the big Baltimore win. And in goal, Boris Pardo doing what Boris Pardo does. Big saves, and he also chipped in with 2 assists in the win over Tacoma. Okay, plays of the week now.
No 6th attacker jersey has been deployed yet onto the...
Oh, from Gamboa! Oh, Noah. To Reggett far post. Shot, goal! It's Danny!
Lovegrove lines up the shot. Chavez now can dribble clear. 2v1 despite the numbers deficit. Here's Chavez into the attacking zone. Chavez goes on, rolls it across. Macias!
Seconds, get back Alvis, fakes the shot. Araujo slips a bit. Dantas!
Checo. Diegas.
Oh, my!
Oh, what a blast from Diegas!
Ruggles from distance plays himself. Wallace Scora. Look at Drew Ruggles go. Christo tries to read it, comes off his line. Ruggles called his own number.
He's a great salesman sometimes.
A performance.
Almeida Dalu! I doff my cap to you, good sir.
Hero now in his 11th season, the only coach in the MASL Game. Ian coming down, shot on goal! Oh, what a combination there from Ricardo to Ian. Wave leads 3-0. Point number 500 in Ian Bennett's career.
And that is going to wrap things up for today's show. But just a reminder that all throughout the MASL season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the league, be sure to check out their official social media outlets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Shot, goal! It's Danny! He finds the net and opens his Kansas City Comets account. Welcome to the Comets, Danny.
Sidekicks need to have some urgency here as Lovegrove lines up the shot. Chavez now can dribble clear. 2v1 despite the numbers deficit. Here's Chavez into the attacking zone. Chavez goes on, rolls it across. Macias! The Outlaws scored 3 on 6. As shorty as you get.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
Across the nation, MASL players are giving back, utilizing their professional power to touch and inspire people in their local communities nationwide. Free soccer clinics, where kids can meet their heroes and learn new skills. After-school programs and special events. And surprise visits to the classroom. Visiting brave kids in the hospital, bringing joy and hope. Supporting special needs care, partnering with local businesses, and so much more. MASL, passion on the field, purpose off the field, committed to community.
Welcome back into the Mesquite Arena. Second half action coming up. And we were over on MASLsoccer.com, your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League, all the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Ed Puskarich over here to say hi. We're doing well. We're doing well at 4-4. And Tom Wynn, the legendary Milwaukee Wave broadcaster, on the call with me tonight. Tom, why don't you talk us through the 8 goals of the first half?
All right, Ryan, this is what we got so far. Derek Crone started the scoring, just 1:47 into the match. That was unassisted. That was Derek's first goal of the year. Wave tied it up at 4:54. Frank Taillou, his 22nd of the season, his 5th in his 2 games with the Wave. That was unassisted. So that evened it at 1-1. But right back came the Outlaws just 13 seconds later. David Stankovic, his 15th of the season. Wyatt Fowler with his 2nd assist. That was at 5:07. So that put the Outlaws up 2-1. Milwaukee then responded at 2:04 of the second period. Taylor Pill, his first of the season, from Max Ludwig, who got his 2nd assist. Once again, the Outlaws took the lead at 3:36. Jawan Lately, his 2nd of the season, with the assist coming from Grant Michaels, his 2nd helper of the year. Milwaukee tied it up again at 7:28 as Mario Alvarez scored on the power play, his 9th of the year from Frank Taillou, who picked up his 11th assist. But the Outlaws, then the Wave was able to take its first and only lead the game. That was at 8:30 of the second period. Taylor Pill scoring again, his first game of the year, and he gets 2 goals in the first half. The assist from Salvador Nunez. Pill now with 5 career games played and 5 goals.
Not bad.
He's a goal-a-game man. But then the Outlaws, right back 9 seconds after Pill had put Milwaukee on top 4-3. It was Torrealba getting his 7th of the year. Daniel Torrealba with the assist from Heritage Davies picked up his 3rd assist. Tied at 4. And again, just a note, we will start the second half with Milwaukee on the power play still for 21 seconds. That was on an elbowing penalty to Lucas Romalo at 13:21 of the second. Outlaws did a great job to hold them off the board so far on the penalty kill. We'll see if they can finish it off here now at the start of the third quarter.
Expertly done there, Tom. I do have one correction for you we just got, and that's Torrealba credited now with the first goal instead of Crone. So he's got 2 tonight. Final 20 seconds of the power play as we resume play here in the second half. Is there a shot in it for the Wave? As Romalo waits in the box. Final 10 seconds of the man advantage. Steinwasser shot straight out of play. Don't think it got a touch. That means it'll restart with Alexis Hernandez ball in hand.
Well, that's a tough time for a miss hit there for Javi Steinwasser. And looks like the Outlaws are going to kill this off. So big penalty kill for Texas to keep this game tied up.
They killed 1:50 of the first penalty, and they got, looks like, all 2 minutes this time as Hernandez launches it down the field. Final seconds tick down, and Romalo is out of the box. Numbers even. 1 for 2 on the power play tonight for Milwaukee. Sanchez cuts past Romalo, puts him in a blender, left-footed shot towards the near post, comes off the crossbar. Sweet feet there from Sanchez as Romalo looked like he had some ice-cold feet coming out of the box.
Alex Sanchez, Wade's leading scorer, 19 goals 14 assists for 33 points. He is just outside the top 5 in the MASL. Third-year pro out of Chicago, and he has really come on for the Wave this year.
Yeah, making a real three-headed monster in the attack now with Taiyu being added to the roster. 7 points in a game and a half now with the Wave. Here's a back heel into Sanchez. Left-footed shot. Nearly snuck past Hernandez, but not in the form he's in tonight. Probably the best player of the first half for either side. Covers up the shot there.
Yeah, he was first half man of the match, no doubt.
Crone tripped up in the middle. Wave appeals, waved away. It will be a free kick.
I'll tell you, Crone hasn't played all that much this year. I believe this is his 6th game, but I've been pretty impressed with him so far, Ryan.
Yeah, filling in nicely. Missing Suriel Arius tonight, who's been a consistent player on the back line. One of 4 or 5 notable absentees for Ed Puskaric as the whistle goes against his team in the corner.
You know, talking about Ed, he's done a great job. Had virtually no lead time to put this team together, only a couple of weeks before the start of the year, and has really turned this into a competitive team with, you know, the bulk of the team being rookies.
Yeah, and I think really the form since February has shown the team coming together. All 3 of their wins coming, you know, since the turn of February.
Just got to avoid playing those strikers. That's
it's really a bad matchup. And I think we talked about the styles. The 6th attacker style really sort of kills off those counterattacks. And that meant only 1 goal scored across 2 games in the last couple of weeks against the Strikers.
Well, speaking of good coaches, I think we got to give it to Anu Abasi, the rookie head coach for
Very impressive.
Empire, right? Bringing in the 6th attacker format, and a little shaky maybe at the beginning of the season, but now second half of the year they are playing superbly.
Yeah, it was a 1-goal game between the Strikers and the Outlaws in opening night here in Mesquite, as Crone defending from the wrong side there, but able to get back in time. And the last 2 games have been very different. But now here's Fowler in the attack. Aligwe at the back post, looking for him. Defended up into the air. Nice header. Back post Aligwe. Willie B slaps it clear.
Boy, great save by Benahani there. Oh, Vickmore all set to convert.
And looking for career goal number 99 in regular season play. It was a nice connection between 2-headed passes. You don't see that very often either.
Great ball by Fowler.
Fowler defending here up against Morrison. And Aligwe able to battle clear there from Grable. And then Nunez leaves Fowler on the ground.
Second time that Fowler has gone down, but again, the officials, and I think Eddie Puskaric across the way is saying, look, White, you got to be a little stronger there.
Definitely letting some contact go tonight. Does that play into either side's hand, or do you think it just makes for a more exciting game?
Yeah, I think the latter. They've been pretty consistent. Arturo Ibarra and Kyle Armstrong, so they've done a good job. 2 penalties, both against the Outlaws, but one of them coming on video review. But yeah, for the most part, I think they've had a good handle on this game, and again, very intense matchup. You can feel it down here, Ryan, for sure.
And Steven Gonzalez is sort of on the wrong end of some of those foul calls in the first half. He's now got fresher legs than usual at this point.
New life as well.
Doesn't have to worry about the 3 fouls in the first half. He's defending there, able to take it away from Kudus. Go the other way, but Kudus biting back, able to win possession for the Wave.
And again, for some of the fans who might not be familiar, you are allowed 5 personal fouls in the entire game. On your 6th, that equals a red card. So again, Gonzalez will have to be a little bit careful, but yeah, gets to reset at halftime and will change his perspective, I'm sure.
I believe was it Grable with 3 for the Wave as well?
Yes, also. So Stewart's in the same, he's in the same boat.
Sanchez tries a nice flick past Torrealba, but Laidley helping his teammate out there. And Laidley now wrong side of Ian Bennett. Ian Bennett, right-footed shot, blocked by Gonzalez. Right out of play.
Gonzalez brings a veteran presence and calmness to the back line here for the Outlaws. You can tell what the difference between when he's in there and when he's not.
Ball set in the corner. Ian Bennett had it over. It looks like he'll take it. 16 goals, 2 assists this season, just about a point per game. Laid back here for Huffman towards the back post. Breaks for Sanchez now. Macias defending. Sanchez rolled across, ball through traffic. It's Alvarez shot wide right. And a nice ball there from Chavez. Laidley out and running. Macias joining him on the back post. Laidley up the left side. And the Wave get back defensively in numbers there. Famune stepping in front of Taiyu to keep the attack alive. Famune switches it over to Macias. Macias on a 5-game point streak tonight, looking to make it 6. As Laidley, the target, trying to hold off the defender inside the area. The Outlaws will keep possession here now, back in their own half. And with so many of the more experienced, the more attacking players out of the lineup, Macias going to have to continue to step up like he's done over the last couple of weeks. Willie B with the clearance. Famune with the header looking for Gonzalez, and Gonzalez going to have to put that one straight out of play. No nonsense under pressure there from Steven Gonzalez.
That might have been the most extended possession the Outlaws have had tonight.
Credit to Famune, kept it alive a couple of times when it might have turned into a counter. 4-4 your score. All of these scoring in the first half, as we're over 5 minutes into half number 2 here in Mesquite. Steinwasser on the charge up the right side. Stankovic defending, gets a foot on the ball. Now Ramallo can dribble clear. Fowler on a sprint to join him in the attack. Ramallo turns past 1, turns past 2, and he's still on it here, going left to right across the yellow line. Ramallo into the corner, 2 defenders around him. Physical play there, and the Wave come away with it. And breathless action. Stankovic at full pace, getting back and getting a foot on the ball as well.
They say play on.
How many forwards across the league are making that run back to make that defensive play David Stankovic just made? Here's Tayu. Numbers in the attack for the Wave. Tayu looking for a goal, covered up by Hernandez, and a chance there with 3 guys around the box, spurned by Milwaukee.
Boy, frustrating there for Frank Tayu in the Wave.
Oligwe wants it off the boards. Torrealba nearly able to take it away from Steinwasser. Man, there's a lot of contact in this game right now.
Obviously, 3rd time's the charm. Well, he did a good job to keep the possession and eventually draw the foul. Now you better be ready to take a few hits tonight, huh, if you're playing out there.
Get the green drop compression sleeves ready the way this one's going.
Absolutely.
Into the attack now. Frank Tayu up the left side. Tayu off the near side boards. Decent service in. The Outlaws well positioned defensively. Handball whistled against the Wave. And a moment to catch their breath, although the Outlaws get it immediately back rolling. Michaels. That's going to go down as an inadvertent shot on target there against Willie B from his own half. He was intending to find Laidley. Huffman, the target, waiting up at the back post as the Wave have possession on the halfway line. Here is the ball into the feet of Derek Huffman. Found himself in the spotlight of TST, a very exciting Pat McAfee squad. Here's Huffman again in the corner against Michaels.
One of a few guys from the Wave that had a good TST experience.
Ludwig shot wide. Breaks for Nunez now on the left side. And Michaels diving clearance back out to Ludwig. Caught up under his feet. Torrealba on his case. Nothing going to come easy with Torrealba around. 2 goals already. He wants a hat trick, and he wants anything that he can do to help his team win tonight.
He's been very active on both ends tonight.
Takes full commitment to play the style that Ed Puskaric and the Outlaws are trying to employ here. That up and down, counter-attacking. Here's Huffman again, the target. Looking for options. Laid back towards Alvarez. Shot deflected on the way through. And Hernandez covered it up. Huffman impeding Torrealba, but nothing called.
I think Derek got away with one there.
Macias up the boards. Alvarez cuts it off.
Nice play by Mario. Wave really has not been able to put together too much extended possession here tonight. But again, that's a credit to the Outlaws defense.
It's been a scrap, hasn't it? It's been a real scrap. And the Outlaws have responded under 20 seconds after conceding a couple of times now. Gonzalez whistled for a foul. That's 4 against him now.
He was working Kudus over pretty good right in front of us here.
Gonna have to be smart. Definitely can't afford to lose him to a red card. Even worse than if he had picked up that foul to get a blue in the first half. And there's another one. That's 5.
And Ed Puskaric has got to be cringing there, Ryan. You know, again, you hate to foul a guy when he's dribbling back away from the goal right near the attacking line.
Particularly when it's not Ian Bennett or Frank Tayu as well. Those two back out now as the Wave line up a free kick with Alvarez. Sanchez inside the yellow line, 2 defenders in front of him. Across to Alvarez, looking for any space he can find here. Pricey real estate down near the Outlaws goal. 2 number 80s clashing in the corner. Stankovic defending. Switched over for Troy Morrison, now back to Sanchez. Invites Chavez to dance, cuts back onto his right foot. Set for Alvarez, just lining up that shot through traffic. He's scored quite a few just like that in his Wave career, but now a chance maybe on the break. Macias and Chavez not on the same page, turned over.
Alex calling for it here.
Here's Sanchez again, right-footed shot towards Bennett at the back post, appeals for a handball against Crone, not given. And now Eligwe can try and lead the charge up the other end. His touch got away from him, but he cleaned it up himself. Now into the left corner, off the boards, cleared away, only as far as Famune at the yellow line. Been impressed with Famune. He was inserted into the starting lineup tonight. Here's Romaldo, left-footed shot just high. Maybe even got a touch on the way through as the Wave had this one straight out of play, and we'll head to the top of the arc for a restart.
Defensive clearance, so good chance here for the Outlaws. We'll do it when we come back.
Chance to draw something up for Ed Puskaric and co. No scoring in the second half. It's been a tightly contested affair as we head into the commercial break of our third quarter. We'll be right back with the conclusion of the third on the other side of this break. For your score, 5:30 to go here in the third at the Mesquite Arena. The Milwaukee Wave in town. And this week and last week, stay tuned to the MASL social media where you can get all the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. And Tom, staying tuned to the social media, a lot to talk about, a lot of player movement across the league as we hit that trade deadline. We'll talk about that in just a second as the Outlaws line up the free kick. Macias rolled to the right. Chavez through traffic, shot blocked.
One of the key deals, I thought, kind of under the radar a bit, was Yahir Marrero getting Romero going from the Dallas Sidekicks to Tacoma in the last second deal. So that's, he was.
I think he's a player with a lot of promise. He got a hat trick here in that 13-11 game, and he's. I think the Outlaws are happy to see that they won't see him 6 times a season.
Breaking up the triumvirates.
That was the sad part, wasn't it?
Right, with the three brothers on there.
Yeah.
So now it's just Oscar and Isai who got to carry the Romero banner for the Sidekicks. We get a whistle here off the ball.
2 number 3s clashing there. Kudus wins a foul from Crone. A lot of teams tooling up ahead of those Ron Newman Cup playoffs, what we saw at the trade deadline.
Dallas also trading Kristen Quintana to the San Diego Sockers. We saw Quintana playing for the Sockers last night, that game. Pretty good game out there in Oceanside last night with the Sockers beating the Strikers 7-5.
Could be a preview of a matchup we might see later on at Front Wave Arena in the playoffs. Here's Alvarez, creates his own space, left-footed shot, saved by Hernandez.
Hernandez again coming up big.
And here goes Eligwe. He's all on his own. Reinforcements finally arriving, but 3 Wave players around him. And numbers prevail. They get possession back.
And Ryan, from your own soccer experience, when you get a goalkeeper who seems like he's saving everything, you kind of build up becomes a little more frustrating each time you can't get a shot past him.
It does, and the defense feels even more confident considering they've given up quite a few chances but only conceded 4 goals. Here's Tayu, a goal and an assist for him. Here he is on the turn. Michaels, big sliding block. He's probably been the standout defensively aside from Hernandez. He's done a good job on the targets for the Wave.
Yeah, and again, he played great against Milwaukee in that game in Milwaukee a couple of weeks ago.
He's got Taiyu to worry about here as Ludwig brings it up.
It's kind of amazing when you lose 10 years on your age, how much more energy you
Confused
get.
all of us for sure. Got to get that corrected at some point. Tangle for the ball on the right side. Alvarez through traffic. Hernandez. Some good power behind that save. Pushed it out of the chaos in front of him.
Nice job there by Alvarez and Sanchez to keep the possession for Milwaukee.
Taiyu. Shot fake on the left. Step over, looking for space. Michael's defending. Taiyu sends that one off the scoreboard in the corner. Cueing the cow horn, the cowbell.
Well, good job by Grant to stay with him. Wouldn't give him much space. And again, I sense the Wave just maybe a little bit impatient, but again, it's because of the excellent defense and goalkeeping from the Outlaws so far tonight.
And Tom, 8 first-half goals, still nothing here in the second. I mean, do you put that down to adjustments from the coaches at the break, or just a real scrap, as we've said a couple of times?
Yeah, I think a little bit from the halftime adjustments.
Lately sets that back for Macias, looking to grab that first goal of the second half, but ends up wide. And now going the other way. Here's the Wave. Taiyu waiting at the back post, but Nunez goes himself. Another big save from Hernandez. Second ball breaks for Taiyu. We barely had a moment to talk about this game because the action's been back and forth.
So even though no goals so far here in the third quarter, I don't think we've had much of a depreciation of the pace here so far.
Nunez across for Esqueda. Into Taiyu. Nice ball to find Esqueda. Sliding block from Crone.
Great block by Crone. That looked like a sure goal coming for Esqueda.
And now Laidley able to pick the pocket of Nunez. Nunez from behind. Yeah, I thought that was definitely going to draw a whistle. Despite Nunez's expression here right in front of the camera.
No, maybe a little bit of a late whistle, but certainly a good call by the official, Arturo Ibarra.
Third of the half for Nunez, so that's going to be tough for him the rest of the way.
He has been an indispensable part of the rotation here, and very frustrated. Thought Arturo was talking to us there for a second. He was talking with our producer, Ricardo.
Ball down to the corner on the restart. Stankovic looking to turn, left-footed shot, ends up just wide. And Macias, ball from the yellow line, shot saved by Benahene. Follow-up from Crone, he got under it.
Yeah, that was one that any NFL kicker would have been proud of. That
one at both ends recently, way off target. 2 minutes to play now here in the third quarter. Still looking for that opening goal in the second half. Not for want of trying from either side. 8 first half goals going back and forth. Both teams have held a lead, spent most of the game tied up. Alvarez over to Alex Steinwasser, chipped ahead for Huffman. Huffman into Steinwasser off the boards, breaks for Alvarez at the back post, and there's the go-ahead goal. 5-4 Milwaukee, and it's Super Mario.
As he gets his second of the game, and it comes at 13:29 of the third quarter. So the first score of the second half, and it will go to Mario Alvarez.
Assisted there by Alex Steinwasser off the boards.
So Alex will pick up his 6th assist of the year, give him 15 points. He is now 2 ahead of older brother Javi, who's got 13 on the season. Big goal there to put Milwaukee in the lead for just the second time tonight.
And we'll see what the Outlaws have in response. Minute 31 to go here before we head into the fourth quarter. Chavez down the boards for Laidley. Outlaws have responded in a matter of seconds a couple of times tonight. Laidley with one of those such goals. Back to Crone, who we thought had the opener, now credited to Torrealba. 2 goals for the Venezuelan. Nice touch there from Steinwasser. Grable into the attack, looking for Kudus. Kudus will retrieve it off the boards. Thought about a left-footed shot, tripped himself up onto the second ball, trying to skate through traffic. And it's Chavez who comes away with it. Chavez, nice pass to himself off the boards, and some help from Steinwasser too. 3v2 here for the Outlaws. Sliding tackle from Grable. Breaks back for Laidley around the keeper. Oh, what great composure from Joanne Laidley.
What a play by Laidley to tie this thing back up. How many times tonight, Ryan, have the Outlaws answered in short order after the Wave has scored? And we see it again as Laidley gets his second of the night at 14-14. Very frustrating defensively for Milwaukee. Looked like they were going to get out of it. Great sliding block on the initial shot, but the ball falling nicely for Laidley, and Joanne finished it off. And we're back to even 5 apiece. Don't go anywhere, fans.
Absolutely not. Heading into this fourth quarter, we've got an exciting conclusion ahead of us, I'm sure. Joanne, they just need to tell Joanne that they're down by a goal, and he'll keep pulling out some magic from his hat. 2 goals tonight, and both responding to a goal conceded less than a minute prior.
Assistant's going to go to Steven Chavez.
Really stepped up his production, Steven Chavez, including that 5-assist game a couple games ago. Here's Tayu looking to respond. Sneaks that one past Hernandez. And for as good as Hernandez has been tonight, he'll want that one back. Frank Tayu now with a brace of his own. And just as the Outlaws had equalized, it's the King who put Milwaukee back in front.
Well, you said it, Ryan. As great as Alexis has played tonight, that one is going to haunt him, especially if that turns out to be the turning point goal in the game. I guess Frank has had a few of those in his career, though, so he doesn't have to feel quite as bad. He's done that just about every goalkeeper that's ever played in the MASL.
Now the final 20 seconds of the third. Surely not for the Outlaws. Off the kickoff. Spilled by Willie B. It's in the net from Vic Moraligwe, but the whistle went before for a foul. They've got something cooking off the kickoffs, don't they, Tom?
It's just incredible. Just absolutely incredible. You know, in a particular game, you may see one sequence where you've got a goal, 2 goals within a minute span. I think we've done it 3 times here tonight.
That's all we're doing. The whistle preventing us from a fourth. And looks like both teams content to head into the final frame. No, how about a shot from way out from Sanchez?
Wow, Sanchez from about 120 feet out. Huffman screening on the play. That was a pretty good save there by Hernandez.
Hernandez through traffic. Credit to him. One mistake for him in that quarter, and that means it's the Milwaukee Wave in front. 6-5 Tayu with the go-ahead goals. We head into the fourth quarter where games are won and lost on the other side of this break. So it's the Milwaukee Wave with a slender 1-goal lead here heading into the fourth quarter. Final 15 minutes of action from the Mesquite Arena. Ryan Figgert joined tonight by Milwaukee Wave play-by-play voice Tom Wynn. Tom, you got all your money's worth for the trip down to Texas tonight, and so have the Wave, but they've got the slender lead here heading into the fourth.
Well, at least from the Wave perspective, right, playing in front now. So we'll see if they're able to use that to their advantage. Let's take a look at shots on goal in the third period. Milwaukee outshooting Texas officially 14-7, so a 37-18 edge for Milwaukee on the shots. But again, a lot of that's been negated by the spectacular play of goalkeeper Alexis Hernandez. 19 saves against 25 shots faced. His counterpart, Willie Benaheny, who's also had to make a couple of good saves. Willie has stopped 10 of the 15 that he has faced. So, fans might look at the score and say, well, 6-5 game, that not a great defensive game, but at least from the goalkeeper side of it, I think both have kept both teams could have easily had a couple more goals in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting because the Wave rotated their goalkeepers up in Milwaukee in the last matchup between the two teams. Augie Ray got the start. I don't think that the Wave were going to look past Texas tonight, and they went with their number one in Benahene. But on the other side, Ed Puscarit's turning to the guy who's been the backup for the most of the season in Alexis Hernandez, and he's proven starter quality so far.
I think he's rewarded Ed's confidence and given him the start tonight, that's for sure.
Whistle goes against Ian Bennett. What do you make of Ian Bennett's game tonight? Seems like he's been on the edges of it.
Yeah, didn't get many touches on the power play, as you mentioned, and usually that's one way Ian can really get rolling offensively. He's the league's all-time leading power play goal scorer. So, unfortunately for him, the two chances, even though Milwaukee did score on one of the two power plays, Ian really, I think he might have got one opportunity in both power plays combined.
Credit to the Outlaws keeping him quiet. Unable to do so with Tayu so far, though. 2 goals and an assist in his second game with the Wave. 2 goals for Alvarez, 2 goals for Torrealba on the Texas side. Here's Steinwasser. Step over inside the yellow line. Left-footed drive. Huffman out in front. Might want that one back. Maybe a chance to counter now for Chavez. His run cut off by Morrison and retrieved by Sanchez. Sanchez ahead to Huffman. Does so much work with his back to goal. Laid off for Sanchez from the left side. Got under it. And that one cannons off the boards above the goal.
Oh, Huff with the beautiful layoff to Sanchez going by. And unfortunately for Alex, he's had a frustrating couple of games. Plenty of shooting opportunities, but unfortunately hasn't put a lot on target.
Crone with the ball. That one's straight out of play. And that's a tough one. They're going to have to deal with the set piece now. As Crone and his teammates retreat into formation, Aligwe joining them.
Again, this is where the Wave would like to have Max Ferdinand because he is the master distributor on these set-piece situations.
Still plenty of quality out there, of course. Alvarez on a hat trick. Huffman might opt for a drive, power through the wall. Looks like it will be Huffman. Huffman with power, top corner. Derek Huffman finally gives the Wave some breathing room here in Mesquite.
Well, you called it, Ryan. Huffman with a postage stamp. Not much Alexis Hernandez could do on that one. And huge goal for Milwaukee. Only the second time tonight the Wave has put together back-to-back goals. This one's coming at 1:12 of the fourth period.
First 2-goal lead for either side tonight as Huffman extends his point streak now to 5 games.
6th of the year for Derek. Unassisted on the restart. And again, Milwaukee taking advantage of the top of the arc restart after the defensive clearance.
Here's Heritage Davies right off the kickoff. Again, the Outlaws with another play off the kickoff and nearly turned profitable. Here's a shot on target from Alexis Hernandez from his own end. Saved by Willie B. 7-5 the Wave. Can they grab the 3-goal lead and really start to pull away? Does Texas have some more resolve, some more fight left in them? Here's Tayu. He'd love back-to-back hat tricks, wouldn't he?
No doubts. 7 goals in his first 2 games with Milwaukee. That's the definition of an impact player there.
And in the hunt for the Golden Boot, especially with no Kelvin Oliveira for likely the remainder of the regular season based on what we're hearing.
29 goals for Kelvin in his dozen games with Utica. Not bad when he can average 2.5 goals a game,
If you can go goals per game, there's no one that can match him.
Oh, what a season that guy had, albeit abbreviated.
Only because he's so good. Called up to so many events across the world in a small-sided game. Here's Torrealba, left-footed shot.
No, I think Calvin can book his schedule in the small-sided events probably for about the next 10 years or so.
Hope to see him back for the Ron Newman Cup playoffs, and he really is the one that makes Utica tick. He can turn them from a peripheral playoff team into a real contender. Wave will restart here. 12:39 to go in the fourth. We've got the last 2 goals to make it 7-5. They won comfortably here 14-5 early in the season. They probably still feel the sting of the upset defeat on their own home floor against the Outlaws in overtime a couple weeks ago. looking for some revenge tonight.
Ricardo Carvalho in that first matchup here back in December 27th, 3 goals and 3 assists. But of course, neither he nor Breno Oliveira available tonight because their respective wives were having babies.
Congratulations to them. As this one's in towards the back post, big diving clearance. I think that was Crone who stayed down.
Third time's a charm for both of those guys. I thought it was tough enough having 2 kids, but they're young and energetic. They can probably handle it for a while.
I'm sure they're watching at home.
Hopefully, you can produce a couple players anyway between all those kids.
Certainly got the genetics for it, huh? Tayu in the corner. Now faces up Famune. Famune stabs in, doesn't get the ball, and here's the follow-up effort, and it's 3 straight for the Wave. Taylor Pill, what a hat trick for him.
Ryan, I know Taylor. I love Taylor. He's been a broadcasting colleague of mine. I'm not sure even Taylor could have predicted he would ever score a hat trick in the Wave uniform, and he's done it tonight, and, a very important hat trick indeed.
Couple of goals in the first half, and now the goal to extend the lead to 3. Taylor Pill with a nice finish through traffic, beating Hernandez.
3:26 the time of the goal for Taylor Pill, who now has 6 goals in 5 career games played. Calvin Oliveira has nothing on Taylor Pill.
I mean, if we're going goals per game, like I said, I think that's your 1-2 in the league.
Man, oh man, that's some great stuff there.
The unlikely hero tonight, with so many Wave players not able to make the trip or out injured.
How many guys do you know, Ryan, that can get a hat trick in a game and then pinch hit broadcasting as well if needed?
Very impressive skill set for Taylor. Might have to get him over in the booth for a game at some point. That one's straight out of play. Last touch from the Wave. Grant Michaels playing with a rip in his jersey from one of many physical altercations with the Wave target forwards.
Yeah, there's good evidence right there, huh? It's been going. You talk about the hand fighting.
Here's Romallo in behind the defense. Romallo towards the back post. Stankovic out in front now trying to get the rebound. And Romallo with the last touch, but Willie B covered it up.
Oh, that looked like it was going in for sure for the Outlaws. Good scramble by Willie B to get back there and eventually get to it. I would encourage any fan who's ever been to an MASL game, if you've been watching up in the stands at times, sometime try to get down front row and check out this action. It is really sensational.
Huffman unable to get the shot away there, especially when the game has been as physical as it has tonight. There's another coming together at midfield. Huffman, nice layoff there to Tayu. Back to Huffman at the back post, and he just got under it. Came across again for Frank Tayu.
Boy, great combo there. Just couldn't quite get the finish.
For a guy with so many goals, Frank Tayu, unselfish there, looking for his strike partner.
Frank, the league's all-time leading goal scorer with now 428 goals, but he's also got 145 assists, I believe, Ryan. So he can certainly make some plays.
There's Huffman trying to make the play, laid it off for the shot, just wide. And now Tayu, left-footed drive towards the back post, again dragged wide. All the pressure is on Hernandez's goal. And the Wave have come to life here in the 4th.
Yeah, Alexis, I'll tell you what, he certainly is going to sleep well tonight after the activity he's had down in his end.
After an ice bath or two.
Yeah.
Tayu, again tangling with Grant Michaels on the yellow line. Tayu wants a foul, not given. And we play on. Stankovic now on the counter. Nice touch from Taylor Pill, but it's given away by Morrison. Here's Chavez from inside the yellow line. Shot fake back onto his right foot. Now Chavez off the near side boards. Deverin through traffic. What a save, Willie B.
That was the save of the game right there.
Crone hoping to make this attack count. Crone to the bottom corner. And Willie B, despite his best efforts, is beaten. Derek Crone thought he had his first goal in the MASL earlier tonight. Now he certainly does. The left-footed finish to give the Outlaws life.
Well, you can say it was justice deserved for Derek, right, after they took away that first one. Great finish there, and that'll take us to the break.
So don't go anywhere, folks. This one's still to be decided. Looks like we will play on. No timeout just yet. Still a minute or so until we will take that break.
My bad, misread the situation there.
All good. 8-6 your score. If the Outlaws can grab another before that break, they'll take all the momentum into the timeout. Gonzalez back out after missing a lot of time in foul trouble tonight.
Big goal by Crone to change the momentum of the game here a bit.
Looked like it was all Wave in the fourth until that one hit the net. Not so fast. Can never count out these Outlaws, particularly the way they've been playing over the last couple of weeks.
Max Deverin looked like he was for sure going to get his first MASL goal. Took an amazing save by Banahane, but it was Derek Crone who ended up getting his first official MASL goal.
And now Sanchez will bring it up as Tayu's back off the bench amongst a couple of changes for the Wave. Ludwig over to Sanchez. Squares up Macias, gets to the corner, gets past Macias, now into the box. Cut back for Frank Tayu for the hat trick. And that is a dagger blow to the Outlaws' hopes tonight. Frank doing nothing but scoring goals in a Wave uniform.
Frank with his third tonight, 24th of the year. Saucy Sanchez will get the assist. Alex still among the league's playmaking leaders with his 15th assist. He really did all the work and just put it on a platter for Tayu.
Yeah, beat one of the Outlaws' best players in Macias. Doing it the hard way, up around the outside, setting it on a platter for Frank Tayu. And that'll take us into the immediate timeout. 9-6 Wave is your score. This one's still not finished. See what response the Outlaws have on the other side of this break. Under 8 minutes to go here at the Mesquite Arena. What has been a fantastic edition of Thursday night MASL here on MASL TV. 9-6 to the Milwaukee Wave as it stands. The Outlaws still with something to say. See what they have coming out of the break. Dwayne Laidley so often has been the man to answer, and he's the one to get us back going from the kickoff. This time no runner for the Outlaws as they have a rare miscue off the kickoff where they've been so nearly so dangerous all night. Ball straight down Route 1 from Benahene. Nice combination. Finds Huffman on the score sheet here in the second half from the free kick. Possession, patience, the name of the game the rest of the way, Tom, for the Wave.
Yeah, I think so. And again, I think they have their offensive panache back a little bit after being frustrated so much by Hernandez and the Outlaws defense. And again, might be wearing them down a little bit. As you pointed out, Texas has really had to spend a lot of time defending, and they've done a great job of it, but could be getting worn down a bit. And now we got a challenge flag.
I think Puskaric wants to call for boarding there as Chavez is picking himself back up. We'll stay here as we've just come out of the timeout. Chavez wearing the armband tonight for the Outlaws, drawing the foul. We'll see if it's more than a common foul as the officials will take an extra look at it. 20 saves for Hernandez tonight, 9 goals conceded. He's been bombarded at times with shots standing on his head, particularly in the first half. The 21-year-old has shown well in just his 4th MASL game.
Yeah, no, I think there's a lot to be encouraged about Alexis tonight. And again, his goals against stats aren't going to look great, but for anybody who's watched the game, really, he has probably single-handedly prevented at least 3 or 4 more goals for Milwaukee tonight. They could easily be up at 12 or 13 right now.
And not often do you worry about a goalkeeper getting tired, but I think we've sort of seen him get a little bit worn out as the game has gone on with so many shots to face. We do have Jesse Rivera, the usual starter, in reserve, but it looks like it'll be Hernandez the whole way here tonight.
So Sidekicks rolling into town for a big match on Saturday, and Outlaws aren't going to have a lot of recovery time, but a big matchup there. You know, even if they don't get the result tonight, if they get a win over the Sidekicks, still alive.
Yeah, still alive and can play spoilers certainly for Dallas, who are a little bit higher up in the table and fighting for that final 8th spot.
And then the Wave going on to take the ambush in St. Louis on Sunday. Joey Zanaboni's team, and again, the ambush a bit revived now. A lot of people thought, well, after they traded Frank Tayu and made a couple other changes there, maybe they weren't, going to be as strong coming down the stretch, but they've certainly played well the last couple of games, and I think they're going to give the Wave everything they can handle.
It's one of those situations where it was definitely a win-win trade by the looks of things. Tayu thriving with Milwaukee, and some of those other guys that weren't getting as many touches in the attack stepping up for St. Louis.
Well, Robbie Williamson was the guy the Wave traded, the main guy they traded to St. Louis in the Tayu deal. Robbie is an excellent veteran defender. Again, he had played well for Milwaukee, but Wave really needed to upgrade the attack up front, and so they certainly didn't want to give up Robbie, but, if you're going to get a good player, you got to trade a good player, and that's what happened in that deal.
No blue card was the official decision out of the review. Gonzalez stabs that one forward. Willie B, not sure if it's going to break for him inside his area, has to use his feet. Chavez tangling with 2 defenders up against the boards. Good work from Steinwasser past one, but Stankovic can be so pesky fighting back. And he wins possession for the Outlaws. And Steinwasser into another hard tackle. The referee has to get out of the way. And nice footwork there from Chavez. Huffman on his back.
Outstanding effort there by Chavez, fighting off Javi Steinwasser.
Eventually bit off more than he could chew. A sliding tackle from behind. And that one a borderline blue card. Not given, at least initially. If you disagree with that call or any tonight, you might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show. Under review with Phil Levanko and MASL head referee Ryan Siggett. You can catch it every Friday on YouTube. And, of course, the league's other main programming, MASL Monday, every Monday night on MASL TV over on YouTube, where you are right now, and CBS Sports Golasso Network as well. Alex Bastiavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. I'm sure they'll spare a word or two for the action tonight at the Mesquite Arena as we're headed into another video review, this time the Wave looking for a blue card.
Pretty close. As the officials over here checking out the replay, Taylor Pill already with a hat trick tonight, and taken down kind of hard on the far wall. Penalty-wise, we've only had 2 tonight, both on Texas. But again, I think the officials set the tone early. They were going to let the boys play, and for the most part, I think they've done a great job to keep this one under control. As we've said before, Ryan, when you're right down here, literally field side, you can really feel this intensity. Most of the time, we're broadcasting these games from up in the stands. This would probably be the exception, right, being down here on the field. So maybe you don't quite get a feel for the intensity, but boy, I'll tell you, right down here, you could really feel it.
Yeah, and credit to the referees for keeping a lid on it, because sometimes that extra dose of physicality leads to altercations, things that you don't really like to see, or maybe you do, if that's what you're into. But so far, they've kept a lid on it, and just a couple of blue cards, nothing after the play. And no blue card given after the review, so just the 2 on the night, both against Texas. Steven Gonzalez is going to intercept that pass intended for Tayu. Next goal is crucial for the Outlaws as Sanchez goes flying in against Davies and commits the foul.
That was a hard challenge there from Alex.
Team starting to toe that line of what's acceptable. 6:30 to go. 3-goal deficit for Texas, and Alexis Hernandez is going to start playing as that quasi-sixth attacker, more aggressive with his positioning. He's out of goal here, and Gonzalez being chased across his own yellow line. Good work from him to split the 2 Wave forwards. And now Famune can bring it ahead. Pass given away to Sanchez, and now he and Tayu can work the break. Wyatt Fowler at full sprint to get back, but Sanchez driving across the yellow line. Hesitation, now cuts back for Azcueta.
Good play there by Alex. Wave doesn't have to be in a hurry if they don't want to here.
Something that really top quality players can do is just read the situation. Here's Alvarez looking for his hat trick goal, but it's Tayu with a fourth. Alvarez sets up the King. Back-to-back 4-goal games. What a start to life in Milwaukee for Frank Tayu.
Yeah, I would say the trade's working out pretty well for the Wave thus far. The King, Frank Tayu, picks up his 4th of the night, 25th of the year. And, yeah, all of a sudden he is back in the race for the Golden Boot.
Oh, when he saw the 5-point game in his debut, I said, hey, this is a motivated Frank Tayu, and that can be a dangerous thing for the Golden Boot and for the league as well. Wave hit double digits now, 10-6, 5:46 to go.
Alvarez getting the assist. So for Mario, his 3rd point of the night, he had a couple of goals earlier. His 7th assist of the year.
His last couple of kickoffs, the Wave have finally caught drift of what Texas are trying to do. And there's a nice shot into the roof of the net from Kudus Laval. As the Wave are now starting to pile it on. This one isn't going to end up a close game that it was throughout by the looks of things.
Boy, right on cue for Kudus, his 1st of the year, and it has been long overdue. And, you know, he's got to feel great, finally getting off the schneid there. And, again, nothing Hernandez could do about that. So Eddie Piscarich taking a timeout as Milwaukee has now gone on a 3-goal run. Time of that goal is at 9:27, so back-to-back goals within 13 seconds. And again, just amazing, Ryan, how we've seen the multiple quick strike between both teams here tonight.
Yeah, they're testing your ability to write down the goal scorer, the assist, all in time. 13 seconds isn't going to be enough time for you, Tom.
No. Usually my limit is right about I'd say probably about 16 goals. Once you get plus 16, then depending how quickly they come, it's really scramble time.
Yeah,
Isn't there some kind of
the Mesquite Arena? You never know of late.
Is there some kind of AI where you could just look at the sheet these days?
We can work it out for you. I noticed you came with the handwritten notes ready to go, and I had the printed notes.
Right. You can tell the difference in our generations of.
Whatever works for you. My hands would get tired writing all the goals down we've seen tonight. 17 now in total. Final 5:33 to play. Outlaws looking out of the contest, but still pride on the line here at home.
Well, the pace of this game, you know, if they get a couple of quick ones, you get right back in it here.
Still not finished with the type of goals they put up recently. That 13-11 game we referenced a couple of times. That's basically what they need at this point. Famune inside the yellow line, up against Steinwasser. Shot on target, but comfortable for Willie B. Quietly put together a good game. Best save of the night was immediately followed up by conceding a goal, so that one shouldn't go forgotten.
No, and again, you'd have to double check. There was no assist on that goal by Derek Krohn, but I thought Deverin probably should have gotten one because he was the one who took the shot where Bunahene made that save, which, you know, could be save of the week, depending on how the rest of these games go.
Straight robbery from Willie B. Ball into the feet of Huffman. 1 goal for him. Laid back this time. Shot on target from Ludwig. Saved by Hernandez. Ushers his team further up the field. Outlaws need the next goal. They've needed the next goal for the last couple. Haven't gotten it. As it's into the corner. Gonzalez at full stretch defending. Stankovic for the goal in the first half. Has it taken off his toes there. And when you take a look at the season for the Outlaws, the way they've sort of come together as a team over the course of the year, with Stankovic from the very offset, I was here to call his debut against the Strikers with a couple of goals. I mean, he's been the real standout. You mentioned him as a Rookie of the Year type candidate across the league.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, again, if he stays with the indoor game, if not tempted by some of the outdoor scouts to possibly start playing outdoors, I think he's going to be a major force in this league.
4 years for him at Ouachita Baptist. He's a local guy out of Wiley, Texas. Scouted by Ed Puskarich, I believe, from the outdoor game and sort of converted into the man to lead the line for his team this season.
Yeah, good read there by Eddie, projecting his talents on the indoor pitch.
Extra pass looking for Bennett, who's surprisingly been shut out tonight despite the 11-goal performance from his team. Pass cut out. Now Sanchez invites Gonzalez to dance on the yellow line. Sanchez with a foot through it. And that one bending the wrong way, out of play.
Well, regardless of the Outlaws' record this year, I don't think anybody can say this team has not been entertaining, Ryan. Get a lot of young energy, and it would be interesting going forward as, unfortunately, Fernandez, he threw it into the bench, so the Wave will get a top there at restart. But if you could keep the core of this team together going forward, could have the makings of a pretty good foundation here for a club.
Absolutely. Wonder if there's a return for any former Outlaws players that have been spread across the league that maybe aren't getting the game time that they're looking for. Mendez and Morales up in San Diego now. They'll have a part to play, I'm sure, in that team's run in the Ron Newman Cup playoffs.
They've done well for the Sockers, no doubt. That was a good acquisition by San Diego.
There's Bennett's goal. You knew you couldn't keep him off the score sheet for long. 12-6 the score now. IB 26 on the score sheet for the first time tonight.
At 11:26 of the fourth period, Ian gets his 17th of the season. And the assist will go to Derek Huffman, I believe, on the restart pass.
Tom, your records are more official than mine. What's that in the career for Ian?
So that's point number 502, and that's I believe that's goal 411.
I've got
for Ian.
Yep, 411. Checking your memory there. Good work.
Believe me, buddy, that memory's fading fast at times.
Tayu now.
You got to remember
20 or so goals ahead of him. That's the 1-2 in league history.
You got to remember that Art Kramer and I are the Social Security boys doing these broadcasts up in Milwaukee.
Shout out to your usual partner, Art. I'm sure he's watching tonight.
No doubt. AK, hope you're enjoying this one. He probably was getting a little nervous, as I was, through the first three quarters here.
Outlaws certainly made a game of it tonight, despite what looks like it'll be a lopsided final score. I think the quality, Tayu and Co. starting to show through as the game went on. Chavez hoping to find a response here from the set piece. Rolled back to Gonzalez across the yellow line. Deverin over to Ramallo. When he scores, they tend to be highlight reel worthy. Ramallo off the near side boards. Chavez tries to track down the rebound, but it breaks for Steinwasser. And now ahead for Morrison at the back post. Steinwasser just somehow got past him, and Chavez on the scene defensively.
Yeah, unlucky there for, both Troy and Alex.
Now a chance the other way. Ramallo with some company in the attack. Ramallo onto his left foot. Gets a shot away, blocked by Morrison. Bounces back towards Ramallo. Good work, though, from Troy Morrison that time, the Jamaican defender. And did Jesse Rivera, who's now up and off the bench, nearly pick up a blue card in his first action. Realized he was out of the box and somehow got his hands down. Here's the ball ahead for Stankovic. Stankovic going for the one-timer. And it's in the arms of Willie B with 2 to play. Down to the last second here, the Outlaws putting the pressure high up the field. Then Hene into Tayu. 4 goals and an assist for the second straight game for Frank Tayu. If he can keep that going, I think the Wave is going to cause some problems going forward.
Absolutely.
Here's Davies, does well to dispossess Sanchez. Sanchez defending from the wrong side. It's still with Davies. Ludwig can't take it past him. Davies through the legs into the corner. Willie B comes to the aid of his defender there. Ball ahead for Frank Tayu. Waiting at the yellow line. 1v1 now with Gonzalez. Tayu onto his left foot. Tayu, bar down and in. And he just can't be stopped at the moment.
I believe
number 5, point number 6 tonight.
I believe that's Alvarez on the assist. And Frank with a 5 spot to make it 13-6. This one coming at 13:30. So he scores 4 in his first game with the Wave. He gets 5 tonight. Alvarez picks up his second assist, so Mario's got 2 goals and 2 assists tonight. And as you said, Ryan, the final score is going to make this seem a lot more lopsided than it was. I'm telling you, there was some real nervousness on the Milwaukee side when this thing was tied up 5-5 late in the third period. But they did get that that goal from Taiyu, and really the only poor one given up tonight by Alexis Hernandez that made it 6-5 at the end of the period, and then just took charge from there.
There's another chance for an additional goal in the final 2 minutes, but Lowell can't get the shot away. So 4 in the debut, 5 in game 2, and St. Louis coming up on Sunday, sorry. That should be a fun one to tune in as Taiyu takes on one of his many former teams.
Right. Wave is the 8th team that he's played for during his career.
Here's the league way in the corner, chasing a personal accolade on goal 98. Here's off the near side boards, all the way through towards Macias. Macias, what a drive. Nice finish there from Eric Macias on the feed from Eligwe.
Great finish there by Macias to make it 13-7, so that breaks the 5-goal run that Milwaukee had.
And that makes it a 6-game point streak for Eric Macias as he grabs that one at the death to keep the streak going.
14-20, the time of the goal. So we did hit a total combined 20 goals in tonight's contest.
You'll never find me complaining.
Well, that's what indoor soccer is about. Sure, we can all appreciate a tight defensive game.
And here's Taiyu looking for more. Taiyu at the back post. It's Salvador Nunez.
So Slava Nunez, we call him Slava because when he first came to the Wave 3 years ago, they had his name listed as Slavador. So,
just like Graham Michaels is 39. Some of these things live on in infamy.
But it's actually Salvador, and his nickname is Chava. Milwaukee area product, played his college ball at Cardinal Stritch, an NAIA school in the Milwaukee area. The school folded up a couple of years ago. The pandemic hit them really hard, and they closed up shop. So we always kid Chava about how he doesn't have a team to cheer for anymore. But he is a proud graduate of Cardinal Stritch University.
Got any more goals in the final minute? Let's see as Chavez brings it forward up the left side, off the near side boards. Eligwe out in front, went with the chest towards the goal. Got it on target, now 20 seconds to play. Chipped into the corner, Eligwe trying to hold it up for a teammate. No one there. Frustration for Vickmore. Final seconds ticking down. Nunez, the latest goal scorer, brings it up for the Wave. And Tom, get your final thoughts. It's been a pleasure to have you on the broadcast tonight, and you brought some good luck with the Wave tonight as Jesse Rivera keeps that one out as the buzzer sounds. And 14-7 is your final.
Ryan, it was indeed my pleasure. All credit to yourself and Eddie Piscarich and the entire Outlaws organization. Had a great time, exciting game. Again, being down here fieldside, I thought was really fantastic. I was telling you off the air, the last time I can recall being fieldside to do a broadcast was when Milwaukee was playing the old Tampa Bay Rowdies in St. Petersburg back in the late 90s. So believe me, it's been a while since I've been down here. It was fantastic, and again, just really had a great time. Hopefully the fans enjoyed this one as well.
Absolutely. Good luck to you in the Wave the rest of the way. Tonight, this one ends up 14-7 in favor of the visiting Milwaukee Wave. Ryan Figert joined tonight by Tom Wynn. Thank you so much for spending your Thursday night with us on MASL TV, and we will see you back here at the Mesquite Arena Saturday at 7:05 p.m. against the local rival Dallas Sidekicks. That one should be fun. Join us then, but until then, have a good night.